All right, so on these, what we're going to do is we're going to find the following function. First of all, you need to be aware that, and don't be afraid of this, that arc sine of 1/2 is exactly the same as sine inverse of 1/2. So don't let that bother you. The principal solution where it's 1/2, okay, if you have a chart, I mean, if all else fails, I can go second sine 1/2, I think it was 0.5, enter. So that's at 30 degrees. All right. Here's the thing. I don't like using the calculator on this. I prefer that we have a chart for this, using your unit circle. I keep calling it a chart. I'm really tired, guys. I'm sorry. The principal solution is going to be 30 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to find it that it's located right here. That 1/2 is our sine because this is square root 3/2. Okay, and this, because this says it's in degrees, 30 degrees is what I want here. Okay, so this is 30 degrees. And then we have to find all solutions where the sign is positive. Well, where else is sign positive? Sign's positive over here because of all stairs take caution. So that means if I reflect this line right here, where it's 30 degrees here, will also have the sign of 1/2. Now, interesting enough, this is cosine of -3/2. Okay, so, but what matters is that our sine is 1/2. So that's going to be, if I take 180, remember this is 180, and I subtract 30 because I'm going back to this area, I'm going to be at 150 degrees. That's my other one. Okay, find each of the following. So we got square root of 2/2. So we want sine where it's negative. Okay, to get it in one of these two, everything, remember, all are positive here. So to be negative, it's going to be down here, and it's my 45-degree mark. It is at negative 45 degrees. Oh, but wait, this says from 0 to pi, so I can't use negative 45 degrees. I've got to use negative pi over 4. So this would be, the principal solution would be negative pi over 4, but the other solutions between 0 and 2, well, first of all, let's look at this. If this is pi over 4, negative pi over 4, what is it from here all the way around to there? And that's going to be 7 pi over 4. And you have your unit circle. You can use it. All right, so then where else is sine going to be negative? Well, sine's got to be negative over here because this is only where tangent's positive. So this has a reference angle of pi over 4. And if you look on your paper, it's 5 pi over 4. I have the green sheets out for you. You're welcome to use them. So here's my two answers. 5 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4. The principal value was neither of those because it's a negative number. All right, be careful. Number 3, cosecant. All right, I'm going to tell you how to do this. First period, you need to jump in on this. The coolest way to do this is that if you can remember that, whoops, didn't mean to go there. If you can remember that cosecant is equal to 1 over sine, that means if I take this, if I flip it, then if this is over 1, so if I flip this, it's the same as sine inverse of 1 over square root 2. Now, there's only one place that the square root of 2 is involved, and that's at my 45-degree angles. So if I'm here, this is pi over 4. And it's where I have square root 2 over 2 for both sine and cosine. All right. So that means this is going to be pi over 4. And another place that it's positive. Well, the other place it's positive is in the second quadrant. So if this is up pi over 4, this is actually, why is this thing blinking and going crazy? It's 3 pi over 4. So 3 pi over 4. All right, so moving on down the page. If we have cosine, now this one is in 0 to 360, so notice the numbers that are given. So we have cosine of 1/2. If I remember right, it's 1/2 here. It's up 1/2. Sorry, this is square root of 3 over 2. I'm going by memory, guys, sorry. And that's 1/2. And this is square root 3 over 2. Okay, so for cosine, it's going to hit right here, and it's going to be 60 degrees. Principal solution, 60 degrees. All right, if we want to find another one where it's positive, it's going to be where it goes down 60 degrees. Well, that's going to be at 300. So this is 360 degrees. All right, so cosine inverse where it's negative. Okay, first of all, we need to know that's going to be at 30 degrees. This is where it's positive. This is at pi over 6. So we need to know where it's negative. Cosine is negative over here, because sine is positive there, and tangent's positive here. So these are my reference angles for the pi over 6. See how this is pi over 6? So is this, so is this. All right, so this is going to be 6 pi over 6, so this would be 5 pi over 6. And this one's going to be 7 pi over 6. There's my two answers. Okay, so one within the principal value region, one is outside of it. Okay. All right, arcsecant. Well, we've already discovered that if we're doing secant, all I have to do is do cosine inverse and flip it 1/2. So where's cosine 1/2? Cosine's 1/2 right here at pi over 6. So this is pi over 6. Where else is cosine positive? Down below. Whoops, I almost went to the wrong one. This pi over 6 region, it's going to make it 12, 11. Wait a minute. That's going to be pi over 3. Oh, Janet, got to fix it. Let's fix that. Pi over 3. And this would be 6 pi over 3 to end up here. So take one away, 5 pi over 3. There we go. There's the 2. You have your unit circle, double check me, okay? It's early in the morning and I'm trying to get these done for you. All right, the next thing we're going to do is find tangent. Now, we'll tell you tangent's a little tougher because this is where we have to do sine over cosine. And we have two options. We have where cosine's 1/2, so square root 3 over 2, 1/2, and we have 1/2 square root 3 over 2. Okay? And so if you're not sure, we would actually have to do a little work here to find the principal value. So I'm going to take sine over cosine. This is sine. This is cosine. If I start with pi over 6, oh, this is not using pi over 6, so this is 30 degrees. If I start with 30 degrees, all I have to do, is take 1/2 divided by square root 3 over 2. Well, to figure that out, you have to keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Okay, that flipped. These cancel. I'm at 1 over the square root of 3. this is just the square root of 3. So guess what? It's not this one. It has to be this one. Okay, it is not 30 degrees. It has to be 60 degrees. So if tangent is positive here at 60 degrees, where else is it positive? And it's going to be down here at 60 degrees. Okay, so we take 180 plus 60, 240. And somebody asked me the other day, do these two always come out in a straight line? Yes, but only for tangent and cotangent. Okay. Oh, pardon me. All right. One more. Okay, so this one's -1. Inverse tangent, -1. Now, -1 is actually the easiest one for tangent, maybe besides 0. This is where you have square root 2 over square root 2. I mean, square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. So our sine and cosine are the same. So tangent of 45 degrees, or pi over 4, is always 1. So this pi over 4 will give us 1, but I'm wanting -1. So tangent is negative over here and down here. Okay, so this is going to be, pardon me, 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. And those are my two answers. I don't think I'm going to mess with number 9 right now. Number 9 has some issues, so I'm actually going to stop with that one, and I've got to take a break. Not feeling the best. Oops, and I totally lost F10.